This week we're off to Huehuetenango and Guatemala, Libano washed.
My name is Steve Layton, and I travel the world finding amazing and delicious coffee for you to drink at home. Some make coffee difficult to understand and complicated, but here it's my job to make it easy and fun and tell you what's in my mug.
So this week we're off to Guatemala and a farm called Libano, and Libano has come and it's gone, and then it's come and then it's gone. For the past 7 years we've probably had it 3 times, and it's really difficult because I really do like this coffee. It has a real pedigree, but we've had a few supply issues in the past, and hopefully now we're over those. So it is a fantastic farm. It is a previous Cup of Excellence winner. The 2012 World Barista Champion, Raul Rodas, who is from Guatemala, used this coffee in his signature drink, although he used a different varietal. So the farm really does have some pedigree. It's located in the municipality of Huehuetenango, which is around about an hour's drive from Antigua. It is located at 1,350 metres above sea level. The farm itself is 21 hectares big, with around about 17.5 hectares used for coffee. The rest left as some natural forest and habitat for birds and creatures and things to live in. They actually don't live on the farm there. They live in the town of Huehuetenango, but actually travel to the farm every day to work. And then they have the mill in between the farm and the house where they do all the processing, where the mill is shared with other family members where they all process their coffee together. It's a fantastic coffee. I'm really, really pleased it's back. It's been a while since I've tasted it, so I can't wait to taste it in a little while. So, Libano, where have you been? I've missed you. You go and you come, but let's do some tasting. So this reminds me very much of just a good quality sweet coffee. It's not showy offy. You get a little bit of milk chocolate in there, a little bit of hazelnut. It's got a little bit of dark chocolate on the finish as well, which is weird having milk chocolate and dark chocolate together, but they're definitely there. There is a tiny bit of acidity, and I think that acidity reminds me a little bit of a pear. So that kind of soft acidity. It's gentle. It's kind of just covering the mouth. But predominantly this is a chocolate fest. Really, really good coffee. So I'm going to do a little bit of history on this one. So Libano was originally called La Pampa and was purchased by Mr. Prudencio Perez Rosales in 1915. Love that name. When he unfortunately passed away, his daughters inherited the farm and divided it into three properties. One called La Pampa, one called San Juan, and one called El Libano. Now Herbert, who owns the farm now, purchased that farm in 1992, and now it's its own farm. In the early days of Libano, or should I say La Pampa, coffee was commercialised. It was basically just cheap cherry, selling to anybody who would come and buy it, taking it to local wet mills, being processed as Guatemalan SHG, and they would have nothing to do with the process. But when the coffee production increased at the farm in 58-60, they built a wet mill on the lower part of the farm. As I was saying, is in between Herbert's house is this wet mill. And now all 3 of the family use that wet mill and they take it down. In the olden days, they would take it down on mules to the pulping area and the drying area, just down a very small, narrow road, which I can imagine made work a little bit harder. But in 1970, due to increasing sales, it was extended and they were able to buy a vehicle instead of mules, and the mules got some rest, I hope. Could be glue, but let's hope not. Roland glue. Now the farm is completely professionally run. They have roads and it's all very well sorted, but it's really interesting when you look back at the history of how that farm has developed. Okay, so we are back and we're going to be tasting some coffee. A little bit of a smell before we drink. It just smells a little nutty. So, oh, sorry, I'm not on brand. Let me turn that round. So, for me, this is like hazelnut. There's a little bit of chocolatey edge to it. What I find really interesting is that when we cupped it, we tasted that like gentle pear, and there is a gentle pear sweetness and acidity that's running through there. And it really comes across better in the cup than it did in the cupping bowl, which is unusual for a delicate flavour like that. Very mouth coating, very sweet, delicious coffee as always. I spoil you with all these delicious coffees. Thank you for joining me. It's been fun. I look forward to seeing you again next week. But in the meantime, do remember, life is too short for bad coffee.